let's go to Los Angeles. So this happened. This happened in Los Angeles, and it's still happening in Los Angeles. So there was an activist named Devon who showed up at a hotel in Los Angeles, and he said that, there's a no vacancy LA movement saying that we need to house the unhoused, and these hotels are sitting vacant. We need to house people in these hotels. Parts of California are doing that. Some parts of LA are doing that. Other countries are doing that. We need to amplify this. And this gentleman named Devon, he got a hotel room. He refused to leave. I think people thought he was a celebrity, and that's how he got in or something like that. I'm not sure of all the backstory, but he got into a hotel room. And here's what unfolded. So it got some press, and the mayor of LA, Eric Garcetti, told the media that there's a room for Devon. There's like, yep, this is happening. We're trying to house everyone. There's a room for Devon. Tonight, the mayor of LA told the media there's a room for Devon and said there was not a demand for vacant rooms. 60,000 unhoused Angelenos would disagree. Here's what Stavin's response is.
Got a room for me, right? Where is it? Because the cops are on the way to arrest me for being homeless. Once again, they already framed me for battery. It might happen again. And they had a nice little green toy gun he looked happy to use. So, talk to me. Commandeer or what? Commandeer or we will continue?
So he was saying, well, the information I got was the police are on their way to arrest me. Man, that's a lot of mixed signals, isn't it? Hey, we got a room for you. Oh, really? I heard the cops are on their way to arrest me. That's a lot of, I travel a lot, and never have those signals been crossed for me. Never has there been, oh, wait, we're going to arrest you. We don't have a room. Just kidding. But let's see what happened. Oh, not a good ending. While the mayor of LA told the press that he has a hotel room for Devon, his cops were forcefully removing Devon and supporters from a vacant hotel room. Devon was shackled face to a wall at Central Station before being kicked back to the streets. So I guess Devon was right. The mayor was like, hey, we got a room for this guy. The cameras are on. We got a room for him. Devon saying, I heard the cops were on their way to arrest me. I don't know if I'm going to get to stay here. Looks like Devon was right. Here we go. There's the cops. They're arresting supporters, arresting the people protesting with them. And that's what happens. So that occurred. And now, so as far as we know, that Devon is back on the streets along with so many others here in the LA area. All right, now here's another tweet confirming this. 3 days ago, mayor of LA lied to the media. There's a hotel room for him when asked about Devon peacefully trying to shelter at a vacant hotel that received $270 million in public money. That's a fun little detail, isn't it? They received $270 million in public money. Garcetti's cops evicted Devon from the hotel that night and kicked him back to the streets. And there's a picture of him directly being escorted out of the hotel and sent back to the streets. Now, here's something that the mayor of LA said today, or it was recently. It might have been yesterday, but we'll see the date on the tweet soon enough. It was yesterday. All right. So here's something the mayor of LA tweeted out yesterday. We have signed a contract with a hotel in downtown LA to deliver more than 460 new rooms for Project Roomkey, bringing our total to more than 3,000 hotel-motel rooms across the country. This is a major milestone in our efforts. Every room can help save a life. So this is good news. This is good news, but simultaneously, the mayor shouldn't be able to lie when it's convenient for him when the cameras are on. When an activist gets some media attention and you say you're going to house the guy so that it looks good on you, meanwhile, you're kicking the guy to the streets. You're lying when the cameras are on, saying you're housing a guy. You're not housing the guy. And we got photographic evidence that you're not housing the guy. So this is good. This is a start. But here's the response to this. What the mayor of LA continues to avoid saying is that Project Room Key is only for unhoused people who are sick or over 65. Young unhoused people like Devon are still 3 to 4 times more likely to get COVID than house folks. All unhoused people need a room now. Your goal should be 60,000 rooms. So they're saying we need about 60,000. They're at about 3. So still a lot to be desired. And another response here to the mayor. Don't be fooled by a trickle of good news. This gain still leaves LA County 12,000 rooms short of its goal and 33,000 Angelenos on the street. Every room is a saved life. Mayor of LA chooses to leave tens of thousands to die rather than commandeer the rooms needed to house them. So that's what's happening right now. You know, here in LA, which by the way, California, 5th largest GDP in the world. 5th largest GDP in the world. And how does it get to be that way? Because of workers. Because of workers. Because as we're really finding out now, even more than ever before, we know what the true backbone of society is. We really know. We really know what's essential and what isn't now, don't we? And by the way, 44% of homeless people have jobs. 44% are working, and they still can't afford a home. And now they're outside during a pandemic, and they are at a much greater risk because of it. And they're saying our goal should be 60,000. We need at least, it looks like we need at least 15,000 rooms. They're saying they got about 3. They're saying that's at least 12 shy. We need at least 15,000 rooms. Goal should be shooting for 60 to make sure we have more than enough. And Mayor Garcetti's going, well, we got like 486 here. We're up to 3 now. We're up to 3 now. So how many more situations is a young person going to have to get into a hotel room and then get some media attention, and then the mayor's going to have to lie about housing that person when they actually kick them out of the hotel room? How many more times are they going to have to do that before we get to our target goal here? I mean, so let's see. If it gets you up to 3,000 by doing it once, so we got to do that at least 4 or 5 more times, basically. We got to do that like at least we do that 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. So let's let's make sure we give ourselves a little buffer. Let's say 5 times. And we won't even count the first. So it'll be 6 in total. We'll say 5 more times. Give us a little buffer. So that way we're pretty sure we'll get to, because what if one time someone does it and the rooms don't increase? What if one time somebody does that moment of activism and it doesn't work because the mayor's like, well, last time we got 3,000 rooms, but then they don't get more rooms. What if that happens? Then you're stuck. So that's what's happening in Los Angeles. And it's a little bit of good news because there are more rooms, yes, but you also have a mayor who's lying to the people about how they're treating the homeless. You also have a guy who was thrown out on the streets, and many others are in that same situation. So we still have a long way to go. And shout out to Street Watch LA for putting the pressure on, because if it wasn't for organizations like Street Watch LA and the Fight for 15 LA and all these other organizations fighting for the unhoused, we wouldn't have even gotten this far. You think Mayor Garcetti did this because he's a nice guy? No, he did it because he had to. He did it because there was so much pressure from people and activists that he had no choice.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your